Yeah, babe. You know you've been stressing over the debt we're in, innit? But guess what? I just bought us a holiday. We're going to Azerbaijan. Yeah, major deals, 3,500. Trust me. Yeah, what? We'll be out of debt in 25 years. I know, I'm still the man. I know. But I'll talk to you, yeah? I'll talk to you when I come home, yeah? Yeah, man. Alright, now, Bob. Today's location, Leicester City. Where we are? LA Burger and Shakes. Does it taste nice? Let's find out. All I want to know is, does it taste nice? LA Burger and Shakes. Hello. Menu choices and value for money. Let's go straight into menu choices because there was none in reality. They only had 3 burger options. One for the chicken lovers, one for the beef patty lovers, and one for the vegetarian lovers. But the variety lovers like me, I like to see an expenditure of options in front of me. And they weren't really, I didn't get that feeling really. They had 3 burgers, they've got a few sides. I mean, they got a different variety of fries, curly fries, normal fries, cheese fries. I think they got more shakes and more drinks than they have actual food items. So I think they really should have had more food items versus the drinks and the food. They should have had less drinks, more food options, but here we are. So the menu choices weren't as expansive as they could have been, but yeah, man, that's what it is really. So we ordered the straight out of Compton burger. We upgraded that so that came with the extra patty. Yeah, that was £10. And then we ordered the cheesy twister fries, that was £3. And then we ordered the Hershey's cookie and cream milkshake at £3. So all in all, you're looking at £16 for the total spend. So let's talk about value for money now, because when we analyze it, the value for money is kind of lacking when I really look into it, because the size of the items themselves, the burger was on a kind of small scale. They're not big and looking bolo like they were on Instagram. Let's put it that way. Yeah. I mean, when we talk about the curly fries came out with a decent amount of substance. There was a good amount of curly fries, but as a whole, when you consider you're only getting that component of the meal and a drink isn't complimentary with it like you would get in a traditional burger, chips and drink meal, at this place you'd have to buy the drink separately. You have to take that into account for value for money as well. So yeah, as a whole, I mean, when we talk about the drink that I got with it, I got the Hershey's milkshake now. That was a decent standard cup size, no complaints in that department. Then the bubblegum drink that boss man wanted me to try, also standard size, no complaints in that compartment. But I think as a whole, it could have been bigger, but it wasn't, so here we are. So many choices and value for money. I'm giving you guys 6.25 out of 10. Because look, the options that should have been up on that menu weren't up there. I think Bossman just sat down for a little half an hour, a little seminar, and just said, yeah, we'll take this, this, and this, and nothing else, because there wasn't really anything else on that menu. And obviously, when we talk about value for money now, I think for what you're paying and what you're getting within that payment package, there could have been more on offer. You guys could have offered a complimentary drink with the burger and chips. That's what I would expect in a generic burger and chips combination. But yeah, 6.25 out of 10. It's not bad. Well. It's for it. Oh yeah. Before we eat, let's pray. In the book of Exodus, chapter 9, verse 10, God asked Brother Francis, does it taste nice? Brother Francis said, let's take the belly and find out. Talk to him, sir. Get aside. So first bite and overall taste. Let's talk about the burger. Within the burger, let's talk about the flavors, because the burger contained a lot of flavors. I mean, when we talk about the patties themselves, they were flavorsome. I mean, because they're relatively thin, they managed to maintain the flavor throughout the actual meat itself. I mean, if you asked me to pinpoint what flavors I was flavorizing, I couldn't really pinpoint it. I think it's more of a generic pepper kind of salt consistency, but because the structure of the actual patties themselves is relatively thin, I think that kind of combination in the seasonings worked well. So there was a balance in the flavors in the beef patty. When we talk about the little chicken fillet that I had in there, that maintained some crunch. The breaded coating, the kind of little seasoned coating on the actual patty itself peeled off when I opened the burger, I peeled away with the burger instead of staying with the patty on some desertion thing, leaving the battlefield and that. But when we look at that now, the chicken itself was nicely cooked, it was tender. It didn't really have much taste, other than the initial crunch from the outer coating. It didn't really have much taste, but the chicken itself was soft and nice, and yeah, the flavors were there. When we go on to moisture, this is where I think they dashed the whole of 7 Trent on this thing, because it was wet, my brother. It was wet. I mean, when I was trying to eat this, my fingers were just oozing in the polysaturates and the monosaturates, the oily thing. My fingers were just oozing in it. So I think the H2O consistency was on the high end. I spent more time licking my fingers trying to dry them off than I did actually enjoying the actual experience. And when we talk about structural integrity, this links in with the H2O absorption. Because the thing's drenched in juices, the structural integrity, it weren't really there. It was kind of falling apart. It was all smudged in the fingers, and I had to try and hold it with a delicate kind of pattern and style to keep it together while I eat it. But as a whole, in summary on that burger there, it was actually a nice burger, I'll be honest. The flavors were there, the structural integrity non-existent, the hydration was good, a bit too good because it was a bit wetter than it needed to be. But as a whole, the burger was nice. And we go on to the curly fries. These weren't really that good. I think Bossman needs to change his supplier because he's getting his thing from Iceland. He should be getting them from the Co-op or Morrison, some uptown thing. At the minute, the curly fries are dead. I mean, you get that initial outer coating flavor from the curly fries, that little kind of seasoning kind of flavor on the initial outer coating. But once you bite into the internal structure of the curly fries, they're a bit dead. I mean, they're generic curly fries. You could buy them yourself at Iceland or go to Costco, get the batch buy and that, get the bulk buy and that. You get me with the Costco card, you don't know. But as a whole, the curly fries weren't really it. I mean, when we talk about the complimentary cheese sauce that they've got written up there, I have to talk about that because they're saying that's like a big part of the thing. The cheese sauce was dead. I don't know if that came out the machine stale or what it was, the aftertaste. It had that moldy kind of stale, kind of non-cheesy, more callous you in the hospital A&E kind of taste. It wasn't nice at all. So I didn't really enjoy dipping my chips, dipping the fries in that. I didn't even dip the burger in there. It just goes to show that I wasn't really liking that complimentary side there. When we talk about the Hershey's milkshake, that was very nice. They minced that well with the ice cream, and then obviously the Hershey's cookie and cream. It was a nice combination, so well done on that. The bubble gum little fizzy drink that Bossman wanted me to try, that was a nice little complimentary palate cleanser. Weren't too fizzy, and yeah, thumbs up for that. So first bite and overall taste, I'm giving you guys 7.25 out of 10 because the burger was nice, but all the supplementary things that are surrounding the burger weren't so nice. So that brought the score down a little bit. But 7.25 out of 10, that's a good score. That's a decent score. So let's talk about cleanliness and customer service. First of all, let's talk about customer service because it was borderline non-existent. Every now and again, obviously, I would appreciate you asking me, oh, how's the meal going? Is everything all right? Do you need more sauce? How's the drink? Do you want another drink? Those kind of little complimentary little top-ups to the overall experience. They didn't offer that love there, so I have to take note of that as well. When we talk about cleanliness, you lot had a little rat trap under your sink. So it shows that the rodents are taking over the gaff. It's like the battlefield. You lot are at war with the rodents. So I have to pay attention to that. That was a bit of a mad one. The toilet area wasn't as clean as it could have been. But when we talk about the kitchen area, which is probably the most important area, that was relatively clean, so well done for that. The place where you were doing the patty burgers, that was cleaned down nicely. There was a bit of a grease backsplash on the wall next to it, but hey ho, you're frying things all the time. So I'll show a little leniency, I'll give you a little clemency, you get me, for that one there. But as a whole, the place isn't as clean as it could be. Could be a bit cleaner. So cleanliness and customer service, I'm giving you guys 6 out of 10 because you lot are at war with the rodents, with the rat traps here, there and everywhere. And obviously the customer service is a bit non-existent. But as a whole, you guys are friendly and you kept it professional. So yeah, 6 out of 10. 6 out of 10. So let's analyze the final scores. So boom, out of a possible 30 marks, LA Burger and Shakes have scored 19.5 out of 30. Now look, you lot are moving like Umbro. You need to upgrade your fabric supplier and move into the levels of Adidas and Nike and them man there. Because right now, if you carry on, it's relegation zone, my brother. But yeah, 19.5 out of 30. So I know what you're asking me. you're asking, but Francis, what we want to know is, does it taste nice? And my answer is, yes it does. It does taste nice, only if you order the burger, because everything else isn't up to scratch. So it's a technical one. It's a yes and it's a no. The burger's good, everything else is kind of on the lacking side. The milkshake's good, the fries and everything else, the supplementary items are not supplementing the body growth. It's on an anorexic thing. But yeah, man, when we talk about the overall experience now, sitting down, it's a typical fast food restaurant in the bando. The customer service isn't really there. Obviously, they're at war with the rodents, with the rat catching devices on the floor. And you see it as you get it. You get it as you see it. It is what it is. You need to try it out for yourself. Let me know what you think. But yeah, man, LA Burger and Shakes, keep doing your thing.